So what this does is it diverts about 95% of the dust and debris into this bucket. So it basically reduces the amount of bags that you're gonna have to purchase for your shop vac dramatically. And it's just gonna save you money in the long run. It might cost you a little bit depending on the kit that you get. So I paid, I think it was around $100 from Atlas Tools and Machinery for this. There's cheaper versions that you can get as well. You can buy just this piece alone, I think for maybe about $20 off Amazon. But I just prefer to get the kit. But if you're really thrifty and you want to save money, there's different ways of doing it. And you don't have to mount it obviously to their pail. It could be mounted to any bucket. And also this kit that I got, you can mount this directly to the vacuum depending on the model of vacuum that you have. But today's video, I'm going to be covering how to make this cart. So I was inspired to make this by a post that I saw a while back on my buddy Kiefer's Instagram feed. And if you're not following Toolaholic on Instagram, you are missing out. You got to check him out. He has some amazing content. This is the post right here that made me decide to do this. So I'm going to try to replicate this today. It's pretty simple, and I'll show you guys how it's done. Now it's time to unbox this baby. Let's see what's inside. Lid, bunch of hardware, wheels, there's the piece that goes on top, the hose, and instructions. But let's be real, guys, like, whoever uses these things? No, I'm actually going to use them. You can use a 7/16 open end wrench and a 7/16 socket to tighten down the hardware. To reduce static buildup, you can just install this tape on the side of the Cyclone. And if you want to get real crazy, you can install a ground wire. You can install a piece of wire from here down to a washer on the base of your stand, and that will help discharge any static buildup.
Click on that description below, and in there you'll find a detailed list of all the materials I used and also the dimensions.
I'm just using 1.5" screws and some wood glue. I'm using 2" caster wheels, and the great thing about these is the material will allow me to use these wheels on a finished floor without damaging them. In order to make this fit on your cart a little better, it's up to you. You can either remove this piece, it's just 2 Phillips screws holding it at the bottom. I'm not keeping it on, I'm just going to wrap the cord around the upper part here, and then all you have to do is pop off the 2 front wheels. That way it can sit nice and flush on the cart. So I'm just countersinking so the screw doesn't split the wood. That is not going anywhere. Boom.
I built a little plywood box around the bucket. That way it's held in there firmly and I don't have to worry about it toppling over when I'm moving the vacuum around. All I did was use a pin nailer and some glue, let it set overnight, and then the following day painted it, and she looks like a beauty.
So I used a 3" by 1.5" coupling. This is just the ABS coupling to use as a support for the vacuum hose. I installed a receptacle on the side of the cart and then wired up a pigtail off of that. And now I have this awesome little device called the eye socket auto switch. So you plug your shop vac into one end and the tool into the other. And then when you operate your saw, it will automatically turn on the shop vac. So it's going to save you tons of time. Such a pain in the ass having to turn on your vacuum and then cut it and then turn it off. I know I sound like it's first world problems, but you know what? Little things like this save a lot of time on site. Now I know that you can buy more expensive vacuums that have this feature built in already where you can plug your tool directly into it and it will turn on the vacuum as soon as the tool is used. But depending on the application, like say if you're just doing rough carpentry or you're working at a house where it's the framing stage and you don't want to leave your expensive Festool shop vac lying around, this is perfect. I'll quickly show you how this works. So you could have any tool plugged in here. You can have your palm sander. You could be cutting into concrete, and then when you're using your concrete saw, it'll automatically kick in. I'll just show you quickly how it works. So it even runs for a few seconds after you're done using the machine. That way, make sure to get rid of all of the dust. And what I love about, I'm noticing especially with the young generation and a lot of the old school guys, is everyone is really starting to take care of themselves when it comes to getting rid of dust and taking care of our health. Like, this stuff is very important. For an extra whatever, a couple $100, I think this is a worthwhile investment. If you found this video helpful, guys, please click on that thumbs up button below. And in the future, I'll do another video on this, using it in the field, and let you know how it holds up. All right, so make sure you subscribe to the channel. Thank you.